How does a piece of paper shape the world? It sounds like a simple question, but to answer it, we need to go back. Before digital banks, before credit cards, before money moved at the speed of light. It all starts here, with a war, a deal, and a decision that changed everything. In 1944, in a small hotel in New Hampshire, world leaders met to rebuild the global economy. And what they created wasn't just a system. It was the beginning of the dollar's rise to power. 44 countries. One goal: to rebuild a shattered world economy before it tore itself apart again. And behind the speeches, the smiles, and the handshakes was one silent battle. On one side, John Maynard Keynes, a British economist, visionary, charismatic, representing an empire drowning in war debt. On the other, Harry Dexter White, the sharp U.S. negotiator, calculated, relentless, backed by the world's biggest stockpile of gold. This wasn't just diplomacy, it was economic warfare. And Keynes came with a bold idea: a new global currency, the Bancor, backed by a central world bank. No single country in control. Balance, fairness, stability. But Dexter White had a different plan. Not a new currency. The US dollar, backed by gold. $35 an ounce. Other currencies would peg to it. Britain had debt. America had gold, $22.5 billion worth. And in 1944, that meant control. The Bancor lost. And the dollar became the world's money. From that moment, the US dollar became more than just money. It became the world's anchor. In 1958, the world changed again. For the first time, foreign countries could freely convert US dollars into gold. The system was working. Trade exploded. The dollar wasn't just dominant, it was indispensable. But power attracts pressure. As dollars flooded the globe, one question echoed louder. Was there still enough gold to back it all? Well, in 1971, the US gambled. It propped up war zones and welfare lines by printing more dollars to pay for it all. The US dollar was everywhere, buying cars in Tokyo, fueling businesses in Paris, and funding trade in Brazil. But the more dollars left the US, the more pressure built at home, because every dollar overseas was a promise that it could be traded for gold. But it was running out. There were too many dollars, not enough gold. So, America pulled the plug. August 15th, 1971, President Nixon addressed the world. The gold window was closed. And just like that, the dollar wasn't backed by anything. Not gold, not silver, just trust. But America had a plan. In 1974, the US struck a deal with the one thing the world couldn't live without: oil. Saudi Arabia agreed to sell its oil only in dollars in return for protection, weapons, and political backing. And so the petrodollar was born. Without gold, and without a formal vote, the US dollar became the foundation of the modern world. Every oil deal, trade agreement, or financial crisis, the dollar was there, at the center of it all. But power built on trust can be shaken. So the question isn't how the dollar rose, it's how long it can stay on top.